Hi, Anna here. I'm going to show you today how I make my tarragon butter. Great accompaniment when you're basting a piece of fillet steak in a pan, for instance, chicken, roast chicken, beautiful on fish. Tarragon's got a lovely aniseedy smell to it. I like to use the fresh leaves. Obviously you can use dry, but personally I prefer the fresh for this. I've got a bunch of fresh tarragon, and you only want the leaf, you don't want the stem. So I'm going to pick those all off and then show you what the next step is. But we're not using electric blender today. If you've watched me make cowboy butter before, I put that in electric blender. So I'm going to do this with a pestle and mortar today, and you could use it, you could actually make it in any bowl you have, just with a wooden spoon. So I'll come back in a second. Right, so I've removed the stems, I've got the leaves, and I'm going to use this little gadget here to chop it up. It doesn't have to be perfect in terms of size. You don't want too chunky pieces though. But this is just an easy way to do it, where you can put it on a chopping board and use a knife. But I like to use the mezzaluna for this. I'm a big fan with herbs to actually tear them, but for this they do need to be cut into smaller pieces. Now, when this is at the right size, I'm putting this in the pestle and mortar with my butter. I'm using this French Legal butter, which I like. I'm using the salted one as well. I just think it's got a really creamy flavour to it. So I'll show you the next step. So the butter has been left out to room temperature. I'm adding the chopped tarragon in there straight away, and my chopped shallot is going straight in. And even though this butter is salted, I can't help myself putting in a bit more Maldon sea salt because I like the texture of it. And then you just start mashing. This is the fun part. And you mix this up until everything's basically evenly dispersed through the butter. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to roll it, put it in the fridge to solidify, and then you can choose to either put it in your freezer and always have this flavour bomb on tap in your freezer, or you can just keep it in your fridge and it'll last a couple of weeks if you do that. So I've put my rubber gloves on for this one because it's going to be messy. I kept the butter paper because I think this is a really good way of putting it in the fridge until it's set. So getting my hands straight in to the pestle and mortar, and I'm putting it straight down on the butter paper. Let's get everything out, every little scrap, and just mold it into the shape of a sausage. Doesn't again have to be perfect. And then you literally just roll over the paper. I'll bring that up so you can see the consistency of it. You know, when it's in the pestle and mortar, you can actually add things at this point like dried chili, but I just want to keep this very authentic tarragon shallot because I cook with a lot of fish, chicken and fillets with this all the time, and it's just the perfect thing. So I've just rolled that now, and I'm going to pop that in the fridge, and then I'm going to show you what to do with it after that. So the butter's been in the fridge for a good hour and a half, and it has solidified, and you can see you can roll that easily out of the butter paper. But to keep it really fresh in the fridge or the freezer, I recommend you move it onto a sheet of cling film and then roll it up again like that, and just turn it into like a little Christmas cracker. And whenever you want to use it, you just slice off a disc, and that's it. So this is just the most flavoursome thing to have in your fridge. But I say put it in your freezer, and then you've got it on tap all the time, because it does have the fresh tarragon in it. It won't keep in the fridge forever, you know, it'll go mouldy if you do that. So keep maybe half of it in your freezer, and the rest you will go through in no time. Hope that's helpful anyway, my tarragon butter. Lots of love, bye.